4 days have passed, and Sciens finally recovered. We decided to discuss the essentials of the plan to take back the institutes.
研究所奪還作戦の最中にあなたのクローン体を作り出すのはまずは最優先ということね。
So you're saying that our priority is to ensure that you were able to create a clone of yourself during the operation?
そうだ。
Indeed.
でもそうなるとかなり難しいですね。教えてもらった内部構造によれば培養器があるのは中枢です。
But that just makes things harder. If what you told me is true, the incubator is located at the center of the institutes.
当然敵に見つかるだろうし、この少人数で真正面からぶつかり合うのはまずいよな。
Which means the enemies will find us. I don't think it's a good idea to face them head on with our numbers.
なら敵を
Head
味
on
方
apply
につけ
directly
れ
to
ば
the
いい。
forehead. It's such an old commercial. And then we need to bring the enemies to our side. The human turned god spoke so confidently that we looked at him with confusion.
研究員たちをどうやって？あなたへの指示は王族が流したデマでかなり下がっているはずよ。
You mean the researchers? But how? The misinformation that the royal family spread must have had an impact on your reputation.
それに今は対立していた別派閥が実権を握っているのでしょ。
In addition, isn't the opposing faction now in power?
その通りだ。そいつらを寝返らせる。
That's correct. I'm going to make them come to our side. And how do you plan to do that, sir? They kinda hate us. The whole house felt like it shook despite there being only a few of us here. So how? The researchers who were on Donut's team were very happy that they could finally conduct the research they wanted. I don't they have any reason to turn and come to our side.
簡単な話だ。それ以上のメリットを提示すればいい。
Simple. We just need to present them with greater benefits.
例えばあいつらにとっての悲願。
Supporting their mission, for example.
全感情を持続できるリライバー、すなわち心臓、メモリーの増強を俺がその場で実現してやるとかな。
They're working to create relievers with emotions, so I can make that happen by increasing the memory in their hearts.
それってそれなりの研究者たちがずっと実現できなかったことですよね。そんなすぐにできるものなんですか？
Huh? But isn't that something the researchers have been working on for so long? Is it so easy to accomplish? Apparently.
俺ならできる。
Yeah. It is for me.
すごい自信だな。
It really is. That's some ego you got there. I thought you said emotions were inefficient. I responded in a teasing way.
まあ俺も少しばかり思うところがあってな。それにこの状況ではなりふり構っていられん。
Well, I do have something in mind, and it's not as though we have many options in our current situation. Sciens shifted his eyes away from me and responded as if wanting to change the subject. But you're suggesting going to require test subjects?
確かに犠牲は出るが出ないとも言える。
It's true that a sacrifice must be made. Then again, it might not be a sacrifice at all.
どういうことですか？
What do you mean?
少なくともお前たちが想像しているような他者の犠牲は出さん。
All I can say is that I won't be sacrificing others like you may be imagining.
この身一つで全てを成してみせると死神に誓ったからだ。
I did vow in front of the Maiden of Death that I would make everything happen myself. Science.
そうは言っても具体的な話を聞かないことには賛同できないわ。その方法教えてもらえるのよね。
But we can't agree with your plan if you don't disclose the specifics. You will share the details, won't you?
ああ、この研究の肝は
They're not gonna tell us. Yeah. The key here is... Science smiled eerily. He then explained to us how to create relivers that could retain past emotions.
というわけだ。
And there you have it. It was like, cannot compute, cannot compute. We were totally speechless. Our minds couldn't process what he just told us.
そんなこと本当にできるのか？つか、あんた正気か？
Both? I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. Can you really do that? Or are you insane?
理論的には分からなくもないけど、下手をしたらシアンさん死ぬんじゃ。
I guess it makes logical sense. But if you're not careful, Science, you could die.
手際が悪かったらそうなるだろうな。
Only if things don't go as planned. Mother's face was completely pale, as she hadn't expected to hear that. To be honest, I wanted to do everything I could to stop him from resorting to such a dangerous plan. A side of me wanted to suggest that he become a normal reliver first, and think of his next steps then. But what I said aloud was, I agree with Science.
セレス、
We really don't have a choice apart from what he said, and...
どうせ俺たちはこのままでは処刑されるのを待つだけの身だ。思いも感情もただの記録となって消えるのみ。
We're all destined for death. Our thoughts and emotions would disappear as mere records of the past.
だったら自分たちの手で未来を切り開くだけだ。
In that case, let's take the future into our own hands. I believe in you, Science. No matter what stood in my way, with his dedication to saving human life, I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Yves responded to my unwavering words with a gentle smile.
分かったよ。俺も全力で君を手伝う。シアンさんとも改めて友人になりたいしね。
Got it. I'll do my best to help. I'd like to be friends with Singing again anyway.
まあそれ以外に道はないからな。
Well, not like we have a choice.
研究所中枢に入り込むのはこの間通った地下通路を使えばなんとかなるかもしれないな。
About getting to the lab, I think we can use the same underground passage as before.
さすがにあれだけの穴をこの短期間で塞ぐことはできないだろう。あそこから登っていけばいい。
After all, I doubt they can get that huge hole covered up and fixed in just such a short amount of time. We can climb up through there.
ただ見張りはいるかもしれないからそこはしっかり気をつけよう。
But they could have guards stationed, so we need to keep that in mind. Everyone is back to their usual selves as we continue our conversation more aggressively.
その後は今説明された通りメモリーを増強したクローン体にシアンが生まれ変わればいいのね。
After that, you revive into a new clone body with an updated memory feature like you explained.
そういうことだ。自身の肉体を証拠に俺がダハとの研究を支持すると表明すればあいつらもこちらに下るだろう。
I think he's thinking too positively. I feel this is not going to go as he plans. As I feel this happening would just be too convenient. Indeed. I'm sure everyone would come over. Indeed, I'm sure everyone would come over to my side if I show my support for Donna's research. With my own body as proof.
結局あいつらは俺と同じ研究者。自分たちの目的さえ果たせれば王家の命令など二の次だ。
Everyone, there is a researcher like me. They couldn't care less about what the Vrils say if their objectives can be fulfilled. But that won't free you from any punishment they have planned, right?
冤罪の証拠集めは後回しでいい。とにかく俺がさらに性能の良いリライバーを作ったという事実が必要なんだ。
We can gather proof of my innocence later. Our priority is showing everyone that I can create a better modified reliver.
それさえあれば状況はひっくり返るし、王家だって俺を殺せんだろう。
Tides will turn in an instant, and the royal family won't be able to kill me.
あとは今まで通り、いや、今まで以上に王家を脅しつつ、手綱を引いてやれば。
Once that's done, I'll continue? No. I'll threaten the royal family more than before and make sure they're controlled.
その必要はないわ。
That won't be necessary. The mood in the room shifted with a cold voice. Mother?
研究所の奪還作戦については私も文句はないわ。民衆を味方につけるためには奇跡を目の前で見せつけるしかない。
I have nothing to say about your plan to take back the institutes. I also agree that a miracle will be needed to get everyone on your side.
ただ王族まで生かし続ける必要はある。あんな連中生かしておいたところで得られるものは何もないわ。
But is there a reason for the royal family to exist? There's no meaning in keeping them alive if there's nothing to gain from them.
むしろほとぼりが冷めればまた今回のような事件を引き起こすに決まっている。
If anything, I bet they'll cause a similar incident like this once things begin to settle. Mother. Her hatred of the royal family is intense.
それに新所長だってすっかり王家の言いなりなのでしょ。
Besides, isn't the new director a complete puppet of the royal family?
現に施設への襲撃だって止めなかった。そんな男がまたシアンの部下になることを素直に受け入れられるのかしら。
They didn't stop the attack on the orphanage. Would such a person honestly return to work again under you?
あなたたちは人の欲を甘く見すぎている。
You're all underestimating human greed.
新所長だけは王家と共に始末した方がいい。
Which is why I suggest that you kill the new director along with the royal family.
これが私の出した結論よ。
That is all I have to say. Mother was speaking very calmly, but she couldn't hide the dark flame of hatred for the royal family burning in her eyes. Yves and Hugo kept quiet. Not because they were afraid, but because they knew they weren't the ones to respond.
非現実的だ。
That's unrealistic.
お前は簡単に殺せというが、いつどうやってやるつもりだ？
You said to exterminate them, but when and how do you suggest we do that?
それは奪還作戦の混乱に乗じて。
Well, during the operation we can.
今までの話を聞いていなかったのか？今回の作戦は隠密が重要となってくる。そんな目立つようなことをしている暇はない。
Haven't you heard what we said? Operating in secrecy is critical. So we have no time for anything that detracts attention.
あの鬱陶しい王家を排除できればと考えているのは俺も同じだ。だがやるにしても踏むべき手順というものがある。
I do agree that life would be much more simpler if we could get rid of those pesky rules. But there is such a thing as priorities.
では奪還後に王族たちを処刑してくれるというの？
Sir, execute the royal family once you get back to the institute.
それもできない。排除はするが命までは奪うつもりはない。
That's not possible either. I'll get rid of them, but I won't kill them.
どうして？
そもそも研究所の奪還と権利の独占はイコールじゃない。これはわかるか
？How far do you think we are? I'm taking another bite of bread. Trying to think of something I have that has caffeine in it that's quick and easy to make. Maybe something with sugar in it? Because we're so close, I feel it. Taking out the institutes and reclaiming my authority aren't the same thing. Do you understand that?
いいか俺がまた所長に返り咲いたところで近衛兵たちや国民たちを意のままに操れるわけじゃない。
Listen carefully. I cannot control the royal guard or the citizens simply by returning to my post as director.
俺たち研究員はあくまでも王家に媚びを売られている立場だ。
We researchers are in a position where the royals are trying to stay on our good side.
だから俺にできるのは 王家の権力を弱体化させることだけ。
Which is why the only thing I can do is weaken the royal family's power.
奴らが好き勝手できないように脅しをかけて都合のいい傀儡とするのが落としどころとしてはちょうどいい。
Threatening them against acting on their own and making them puppets will be the best result.
俺はこの国の王になるつもりはない。
I have no intention of becoming king.
だけど、あいつらは私の大切な子供たちを。
But they killed my precious children. Mother, can you please accept what Science is planning?
セレス、あなたまでそんな。アドルフや子供たちがあんな無残に殺されたのよ。それなのにどうして。
Ceres? What are you saying? Adolf and the children were killed so mercilessly. Why? I also hate the royal family. And after learning of your past, I can't tell you not to hold a grudge against them. But we're talking about ways to move forward now, not seek vengeance.
前に進む。
Move forward. The objective of this operation isn't only to try and prove our innocence from the false claims. We're trying to truly find a way to face the curse of death. Science promised me yesterday. He's going to use Reliver technology, not to extend life, but to defeat the curse. I believe that our fights will give us the opportunity to create a new future where the curse no longer exists. So please, Mother, please don't use Science mission for Adolf's and the children's deaths. Please, please don't use this as a reason to kill the royal family. If you really want to use him, do so for salvation, not hatred. I pleaded to her in a shaking voice, knowing how cruel I was being. But Mother covered her mouth with her hand and quickly ran out of the room. Mother,
大丈夫でしょうか。
I hope she's okay.
何にせよあいつは作戦に参加させない方が良さそうだな。計画実行時に暴走する可能性がある。
Regardless, I think it's better to keep her out of the operation. There's a possibility she may destabilize it somehow.
万が一戦闘になった場合足手まといになるだろうし、離脱はちょうどいい。ここで待機させておけ。
And in the event of a battle, she may be a hindrance. Her objections came at the right time. We'll leave her here.
わかりました。じゃああとは作戦をもう少し詰めるか。
Understood. Well, guess we should go into the details now.
シアンさんの寿命のこともあるし、できれば明日にでも実行したいところだが。
Sign doesn't have much time left, so we should put the plan in action soon. Even tomorrow.
セレス、君はどうする？危険だからシスターサロメと一緒に残ってもらってもいいけど。
Ceres, what about you? It's probably gonna be dangerous, so you could stay with Sister Salome. No, I want to go too. I might be a burden, but I think you need as many people as possible to watch over Scion while he makes his new body.
わかった。でも絶対に無茶はしないで。危険だと思ったらすぐに逃げるんだ。
No promises.
君は盾なんかじゃなくて一人の女の子なんだから。
Got it. But promise us you won't do anything rash. Run if you see danger. You're not a guard, you're an ordinary girl, okay? Okay.
よし、それじゃあ作戦中の配置を決めておくか。自警団の連中にも仕事をしてもらうとして。
Great, then let's set our positions. We'll get the corpse ready and... Yves and Hugo continued to talk about the routes to take to get to the laboratory as Science looked at them from the side. We were finally going to confront the curse. Remembering his words made my heart race with excitement. Oh, that's right. If we're gonna lift the curse, then I should tell Science about my powers. Uncle strictly told me not to, but I felt like I was going to regret it if I didn't tell him.
Nanda. 作戦について何か質問でも。
What? Do you have a question? I quietly called Science outside and began to speak as he leaned against the wall. I think I can help with discovering the truth behind the curse.
なんだと？
What? Science, you know that everyone calls me Death, right? What if that wasn't just an insult? What if I was deeply connected to the curse of death? What would you do?
どういうことだ？
What are you implying? I feel like this is a bad idea. I took a deep breath, then responded with resolve. It seems as if I have the power to accelerate the curse. I've killed many people until now because of that. My power is inactive now, but I'm sure I'll become death again someday. Which is why you might be able to uncover the truth behind the curse if you experiment on my body. Cerez, this is a horrible idea. I hadn't seen Science look at me with eyes open like that before. But then he quickly shook his head, as if trying to get something off his mind.
必要ない。
It's unnecessary. Huh?
さっきの俺の言葉を聞いていなかったのか。俺は自分一人でこの国の呪いを解くと決めた。他に犠牲を出すつもりはない。
Don't you remember what I told you? I'm gonna get rid of the curse by myself. I have no intention of sacrificing anyone.
お前のような暗い女一人に研究を左右されるほど落ちぶれてもいないしな。それに
Not so far gone that my research requires the assistance of a gloomy girl like you, and...
未来の伴侶となる女を好き好んで殺す男がこの世のどこにいる？
No! Hey! Who in the world would ever willingly kill their future wife? Huh? My mind went completely blank. The words he just said were ones I could only dream of, but it happened so suddenly that I couldn't even blush. Huh? Huh? It took a few seconds for me to realize that my heart was racing madly. Seeing me so confused, Science looked at me with great interest, in a touch of glee. He basically just proposed. The day finally arrived.
Hmm. 実際に実験できるようになったのはいいけど、なかなか理論通りにいかないな。
I'm glad I can finally run experiments, but it's not going as expected. As Donut worked on constructing a new memory system, one of his subordinates hurried to his side.
ダハトさん、お取り込み中失礼します。また王族の方がいらっしゃいました。それも2人も。
Donuts, I'm sorry to bother you. The royal family has come again, this time 2 of them.
え？どうしてまた？
What for?
研究所内の視察がご希望らしいです。
They
でも、所長の許可を得てからにしようと。
They wish to have a tour of the institutes. But we thought we should get your approval first.
いやいやいや、連日申し訳ない。どうしても確かめたいものがあってな。
Well, this. Sorry for coming so often, but there's something I wanted to check.
ダハト殿、調子はどうですか？
How are things, Donut? The doors opened without permission, and in came 2 royal family members, strutting toward Donuts.
こちらまで来てくださったんですか？そんなことしていただかなくてもよかったのに。
You came all the way here? Please, you don't have to waste your efforts.
何？ついでにダハト殿とも話したいと思ったのでね。少しお時間をいただいてもいいですか？
Look, if you guys keep coming, he's never gonna get any work done. Oh no. We wanted to speak with Donuts. You do have some time, don't you? The 2 looked down at the smaller Donuts and began to speak in a fawning manner. Donut's forehead vein was about to pop, but he somehow managed to suppress it.
はい、問題ないですよ。そういうわけだから、君は席を外してもらってもいいですか？
Why, yes, absolutely. You heard them, so would you please give us a moment?
はい、失礼します。
Yes, if you excuse me. Sensing that this was something other than research, he dismissed his subordinates, not wanting him to listen to corrupt motives.
で、今日はどんなご用件ですか？
So what really brings you here today?
いや、何？君が早速新たな研究をしていると聞いてな。その様子を少し見に来たのだよ。
Oh, well, we heard you were beginning to research on a new subject, so we wanted to see what it was about. Donut snorted lightly in response, knowing he could get away with it now.
今日は護衛の数少ないんですね。
You don't have many soldiers with you today.
いつもだったらそばにたくさんこの衛兵をはべらせているじゃないですか。それが数名だけっていうのはおかしいなーって。
I mean, you usually come here with Royal Guard. I'm wondering why you're here without them.
ああ、それだったら国内に散ってもらっていますよ。自警団の残党たちが各地で騒いでいるようですからね。
Oh, they happen to be busy at the moment, tending to those nasty court members causing commotion around the country.
我々はただ離れつつあった国とこの研究所へ忠誠を取り戻すために兵を動かしているだけだ。君が気にすることはない。
You don't have to worry about it. We're moving our men to restore the people's loyalty to this country and the institute.
自警団？どうして今さら？
His thoughts were suddenly interrupted. We're breaking in. An alarm went off throughout the facility. An alarm went off throughout the facility. Can't speak. An alarm went off throughout the facility.
緊急！
研究所内に侵入者発見。
Intruder alert! Intruder
直
alert!
ちに警備兵は対応せよ。
Have the guards move in at once.
どういうことだ。賊が侵入したというのか。
What's happening? Are we being attacked?
一体誰が。
Who in the world?
そんなのシアンさんに決まってるじゃないですか。
Now isn't it obvious that it's Sciens? Dennis stated the obvious to the two men who had gone pale. He tried his best to make his replies sound as sarcastic as possible.
なんだと。あの男はもう逃げたはずじゃ。
I thought he went into hiding.
あの人はそう簡単に諦めるような玉じゃないですよ。いつかは来ると思っていました。
He isn't the type of person to give up so easily. I was actually expecting him to show up sooner or later.
今各地で起こっている騒ぎもきっとそのための布石に違いありません。
I bet the commotion around the country is part of his plan. It seemed two royal family members still didn't know exactly how dangerous and ruthless Sciens Broflies really was. Sounds like yelling could be heard from outside the laboratory with the guards and researchers running about.
どうするのですか。このままではまずいのでは。
What are you gonna do? I'm sure he's up to no good.
そうですね。でもこっちだってそう簡単には引き下がりませんよ。
I can see that. Well, I have no intention of letting him do as he pleases. As if conducting an orchestra, Donna swayed his hand in the air to activate a screen colored differently from Science screen. He had been leading and giving orders to the guards for no reason. Donna prepared himself to challenge the intruder. His wry smile didn't match his innocent face. It was early morning now. I was in the corner of the garden, saying a prayer. There was no tombstone or sign, but Adolf was sleeping here. Adolf, I'm off. We're going, not to avenge you, but to prevent such a sad thing from ever happening again. We're gonna save the country. A gentle breeze. The breeze flowed past my hair, carrying petals from the lycorises. All right, give it your best. It felt almost like when my foster brother gently touched my hair when I was younger. Aww. Adult! The petals in the air disappeared, leaving me alone. I was sure that was... I suppressed my emotions and roughly dried my tears with my sleeve. Well, wish me luck. Well, I'll be back to take you home. I promise. As I quickly ran to the others, I could feel a gentle presence watching over me from afar.
G 系団の連中やクロード家の奴らに連絡はしたんだな。
You contacted the corpse in the Claude family, correct?
はい。自警団は手はず通り国の各地で陽動作戦を行ってくれています。
Yes.
これで少しでも研究所内の警備が手薄になっていればいいんですが。
Yes, the corpse is creating diversions around the country as planned. Hopefully it'll make it easier to get inside institutes.
マティスたちも電気自動車ですぐそこまで迎えに来てくれてる。敵に見つかる前に合流しよう。
I just hope Jean's driving. Mathis and the others should be coming any minute in their electric car. We should hurry and get going before we're caught.
ああ
Yeah. We were all ready, and they each had their own weapons prepared for this very moment. We have one though. I also had some medical tools hidden under my clothes just in case. A single figure A single figure looked at us from this distance. I slowly walked toward her. Will I be going, Mother? My mother didn't say a word. I wasn't surprised, since I was a horrible daughter who rejected her wish.
放っておけ。しばらくの間一人にしてやった方がいい。
Leave her alone. It's best that she gets some time to herself.
これから時代が変わるんだ。こいつだって身の振り方を考える必要があるだろう。
Things will change from here onward. She needs time to think about what she wants to do once we're done. Okay. For a second, I thought that was an alarm. Like, here, in real life, going off or something. The transmission from the corpse marked the start of our operation.
よし、そろそろ時間だ。行くぞ。
Alright. It's time. Let's get moving. Even with our departure, Mother didn't say a single word. Pretty cliffside. We joined Mathis and Jean, who drove us to our starting point at the beach. Fortunately, we were in the field of lycorices, noiches, where the flowers of misfortune grew. There was no sign of the royal guard around.
この辺りでよろしいでしょうか。
Will around here be alright? Yes, thank you very much. They looked worried as I thanked them and got out of the car.
僕たちはここで待っていますけど、皆さん気をつけてくださいね。命だけは絶対に無駄にしないでください。
We'll be waiting here. Please be careful, everyone. Please don't risk your lives.
僭越ながら無事を祈っております。
I wish you all the very best.
ああ、任せておけ。お前たちも危なそうだったらどこかに隠れておけよ。
Yeah, we'll take it from here. If things go wrong, you two just go into hiding.
はい。
Okay.
よし。では行くぞ。
Alright, let's go. At Science command, we stepped inside the underground passage that we fell into before. It's sealed up. The condensation of the ceiling dripped water from above. We headed deeper into the passage, with the floor getting more slippery by the moment. I mean, it's all water. The plan was very simple. The surviving court members would divert the royal guard around the country. With less soldiers around, we would use the opportunity to infiltrate the institutes. Once inside, we would go to the lab and create a reliver in order to bring the researchers to our side. Surprisingly, there wasn't a single soldier on guard or positioned in the underground passage. The only thing we could hear was the sound of us wading through the water as we went deeper into the narrow and dark passage.
やけに静かだな。ここに兵が配置されてないとは思わなかった。
It's too damn quiet. I expected a soldier or two to be stationed here.
考えられる理由の一つとしては、ダハトたちが単純にこの地下通路を調べきれていないからだな。
One possibility is that Donut wasn't able to investigate this underground passage.
ここが海辺とつながっていることを知らなければ、兵なんて配備しようがない。
If they don't know what leads to the beach, there's no reason to station anyone here.
そこまでダハトが無能とは思えません。だってこの地下通路、研究所に開いた縦穴とつながってますよね。
I doubt Donut is that incompetent. I mean, this passage does connect to that hole we fell through in the institutes.
もともと知らなかったとしても、これだけ日数が経っているのなら、どこに繋がっているのかくらい調べるんじゃ。
Even if he didn't know this passage existed, I'm sure he must have investigated the place with all the time they had to look.
だから理由の一つと述べただろうに。
I said it's one possibility. Then, is there another?
ああ、例えば。
Yeah. For example? Oh, damn it, bro. Can you let us off this one time? We're in the middle of something.
そう、強力な兵を少数だけ配置している可能性だ。
Yes, the other possibility is that he does have a powerful soldier stationed. What appeared was an entity perhaps even more fearsome than death.
おいおい、よりにもよって研究所はブローを護衛に雇ったのか。
Don't tell me the Institute actually hired Barreau as a guard. Oh, maybe he'll let us go like last time? He brought out the knife, or halberd. That's so not a knife.
はしなさそうだな。
No, it doesn't look that way.
よほどシアンさんを殺したいみたいですね。どこかで恨みでも買ったんですか？
You must really want to kill Sciens. Did you do anything to earn a grudge from him?
心当たりが多すぎてわからん。
I've done enough not to keep count. Hugo rolled his eyes.
とにかくここで時間を食ってる暇はない。二人は先に行っててくれ。こいつは俺とイブでどうにかする。
In any case, we don't have time. You go on ahead. Yves and I will take care of him.
そうだね。
Yeah. Sciens stared as they both stepped forward to cover us.
頼んでもいいのか？
Are you sure?
今さらそれを聞くんですか？もともとこの作戦はシアンさんが新たなリライバーを作り出せるか否かが要でし
You're
ょ。
asking us now? Isn't creating a new reliver the key to the plan's success?
だったら俺たちはそれを信じてあなたを守り抜くまでです。
If so, we'll place our trust in you and protect you until the very end. Yves' smile no differently from taking a work order. Yves and Hugo nodded at us as they somehow blocked the halberd that came from above. They must be telling us to go.
オンに切る。セレス、行くぞ。
I owe you one. Let's go, Ceres. Okay. Science pulled my hand, and we both ran past the battle. From behind, I could hear Karoom striking their weapons against Barrow, making the whole passage shake. We ran a good distance and finally came to a place where Sciens fell. Oh, it's still open. And they still left the rope? Why would they leave the rope? This is a trap. We used the rope we prepared to make our way up into the Institute. Maybe it was that they thought Barrow would be enough, or maybe the distractions by the Corps members did their job. There were hardly any Royal Guard soldiers around, and for some reason there wasn't a single Institute guard here. Which meant most were...
どうして今さら早く警備兵に連絡しろ警報も鳴らせ
Hurry and contact the guards. Set off the alarm.
ああでもどうしたら
Yeah, but...
これ以上人が集まってくるとまずいな。さっさと研究室まで移動するぞ。
We're attracting too much attention. We're attracting too much attention. Let's hurry to the laboratory. Got it. We ran down the hallway as the researchers stayed frozen from our unexpected visit. Along the way, some researchers and the Royal Guards tried to stop us from going forward, but Sciens knocked all of them down with ease. Yeah, that's our future husband. Time was of the essence. Sciens quickly unlocked the new security system bearing us from the laboratory. With little time to spare, he kicked open the hidden door. We finally reached the laboratory that had brought time for so many people. But things would change starting now. This laboratory would be used to truly save the people in the country. After a certain process, Sciens would enter the incubator, where he would gain a new body. My role was to protect him in the meantime. I need to block the door. Sciens turned on the security lock, but there was a chance the door might be forced open. Sciens, can I use the equipment here to block it?
ああ、問題ない。必要なのは培養機とそれにつながっている機材だけだ。それ以外は好きに使え。
Yeah, go ahead. You can use anything you like, aside from the incubator and the connected devices.
その間に、俺はクローン体生成の設定をする。
I'll be setting up the data to create my clone. Understood. Sciens worked quietly, periodically spitting out blood from coughing. I used all my might to move whatever heavy objects could be used to block the door. I could hear yelling coming from behind it already. I put my hands against the equipment to help keep the door closed, but...
セレス、こっちに来い。
Ceres, come here. Suddenly, Sciens grabbed my hand and turned me away from the haphazard barricade. Huh? He put his lips on mine. It was a very light touch. But this gentle kiss was Science' first and last gift to me in his current body. His kiss was immensely meaningful. For a few seconds, he kept his lips on mine, as if savoring my existence. His eyes opened with satisfaction, then he slowly moved his lips away. Cyan. I finally spoke his name, and he looked straight into my eyes.
あの時の宣言通り、俺は最後まで恋などしないしできない。
Bullshit. I call bullshit. Like I said before, I cannot and will not learn love.
それは今の俺の信念であり、何があっても貫き通す。
That is my philosophy, and I will keep to it no matter what.
だから、本当の意味でするなら次だ。
Which is why my real kiss will come later. So then, Cyan nodded in response.
この先は感情の持続さえも可能とした神の卵に至ったその時に。
When I say later, I mean when I'm able to retain my emotions after hatching from God's egg.
俺は最初に恋をするならお前がいい。
If I am to fall in love, I want it to be with you. What he expressed to me was worth more than anything else in the world.
ほんの少しの特別が一体どんな感情へ昇華するか楽しみにしている。
I look forward to seeing what kind of emotion results from this special experience.
この口づけはその前約束だ。
That kiss is a promise to you.
こんな薄情な男に恋した物好きなお前にとって最高の褒美だろ。
And no doubt, the greatest reward for a strange girl who fell in love with a heartless man like me. He smiled so breathtakingly close to me. I don't recall ever telling him that I loved him, but he still said it. He really is confident. I responded with a gentle smile. What lay in my heart wasn't warmth, but pure heat. I knew it. Having Cyan this close to me, looking at me straight at me with those mad eyes, it felt so good. Of course, he caused a good amount of trouble to me before, so what you gave me isn't enough to be a reward.
これ以上何を望む？
What else do you want? That puzzle. I haven't seen it completed yet. So while I'm glad that you're going to be a god again, I would like you to come down to Earth sometime so we can do that puzzle together. Cyan's eyes sparkled for a moment at my selfish request, but his usual smile returned almost immediately.
上等だ。次は6000ピースのものを用意してやる。解けないからと泣くんじゃないぞ。
Very well. I'll prepare a 6,000 piece puzzle next, so you better not cry and say that you can't figure it out. I hate how I know that something bad is gonna happen soon. This sucks. It's too happy. It feels like everything's going too good. It's too good. Science slowly moved away from me. He finally got himself ready to create a reliable body that could retain all emotions. The system activated quickly. He immediately took a backup of himself and produced a few clones without souls. The bodies fell to the floor as the incubators opened, and he drew out a shining silver scalpel.
さて神へ至る創造を始めようか。
Now, time to create a god. Without hesitation, he began dissecting his own body that were just created, his own bodies that were just created. Science went through a specific process as he dissected his clones. He backed up and downloaded his data at the same time, then entered the incubator in order to create a new clone. It should take at least 30 minutes for Science to come out. I need to protect Science until then. I doubted Yves and Hugo will be here anytime soon, since they were currently facing Barreau. Science did reactivate the security system when we came in, but he only had minimal access, so there was no telling when the security might be lifted. I somehow pushed against a makeshift barricade to prevent the door from opening. Suddenly, I heard a strange sound coming from the ground where I was standing. Wait a minute. Sensing something bad was about to happen, I quickly tried to move away from my position. The floor completely exploded. To be exact, the hole was caused by an impact that came directly from below. The explosion below me blew me back and slammed me down to the floor, while the painstakingly placed devices all crumbled to pieces. What just... I somehow pushed the debris off me and got up to discover a black cloak waving in front of my eyes. No. There in front of me was Barreau, standing silently after finding his way here through that hole. He was completely unscathed. The fact that he's here means... Yves, Hugo! I went pale at the horrible implication. But I had no intention of being killed without a fight. I won't let you lay a finger on Science. I disregarded my body shrieking in pain and quickly stood in front of the incubator, where Science slept, and spread my arms wide. It shouldn't take even a moment to get rid of me. But still, I loved him enough that I was willing to sacrifice myself for him. Barreau stared at me as I tried to suppress my fear. Instead of raising his weapon, he slowly walked toward me. He moved his face close to mine, to the point I could feel his breath and see his mouth. How foolish of you to fall in love with Science Brofeyes. However, out of respect for your resolve, I will not cause you pain. In that moment, as he promised, he struck my body without giving me time to feel any pain or fear. It felt like things were moving slowly, as if time had warped. I fell to the floor and reached out to the incubator. Science, I'm sorry. I can't keep our promise. A new puzzle. I wish I could have finished it with him. See, it was too happy. I could see what happened from inside the incubator.
死んだのか。
She died.
随分とあっけないな。
That was quick. I could only watch as she fell in front of me. The lock to this incubator won't open until the clone was complete. When she was blown back, when he struck her with his halberd, I couldn't do anything. Now, I was quite surprised that I was more shocked than I expected. I felt something strange rustling deep in my heart.
こんな感情、今まで抱いたことがない。何なんだ、これは。
He's about to wish that he's about to regret this whole bringing back emotions thing with this incident. I never felt this emotion before. I wonder what it is.
俺は一体どうしたというんだ。
What is happening to me? As I questioned myself, Barreau walked toward me. He positioned his bloody halberd, probably in an attempt to impale me, incubator and all. But
どうしてブローがここに？
what's Barreau doing here? Donut and the others came running inside at the worst possible time. I assume he came to capture me with the guards. The two from the royal family, and a few royal guard soldiers. Every single one of them was cut down in an instant. They didn't even have time to scream. Donut probably had a backup of himself, but the others, I wasn't so sure. If this was going to happen, it would have been better if they had come in before Barreau.
シアンさん、セレス。なんだよこれは。
What the hell?
なんでブローがまたいるんだ。さっき倒したはずなのに。
What the hell's Barreau here? I thought we already got him. For some reason, Barreau quickly leapt down into the hole in the floor the moment he saw them. Right after he escaped, the process was complete. The liquid around my body slowly began to drain. The shell slowly broke, and I touched the floor.
シアンさん、無事でしたか？
Sciens, are you alright?
ここに転がっているのは全員研究所のやつらか。セレスの姿が見えないようだが。
So these bodies are your researchers and guards? I don't see Sciens. I disregarded them. I slowly lifted the frail body hidden behind the incubator. My ears stung with the railing coming from the two Karun men. I checked her pulse. I could tell she had little life left in her from the pulse that I thought was long gone. She was alive.
どけ！今ならまだこいつを助けられるかもしれん。
Move aside. I might be able to save her. I lifted up Sciens in my arms and shoved the two from Karun aside to put her inside the incubator.
そうだ、まだ助けられる。
Yes, I can still save her.
今からでもバックアップを取ってやればきっと。
I'm sure I can, so long as I can get her backup done now. Well, Sciens was still alive. Her memories. I needed to protect her past, which she spent with me. So long as that could be saved, I'll be able to save you now that I'm a god. A few months later, I was back in my position as director of the institute. Dona was able to revive, but relinquished his position as deputy director out of guilt and disappeared. By my side, didn't work.
犠牲は多かったが、一応目的は達成できたわけか。
Many lives were lost. But I suppose we've accomplished what we wanted. Oh, we lived? It feels a bit strange, but I'm just glad you're safe, Sciens. Sciens was with me like before. She is continuing her work as my maid, taking care of the daily chores.
お前は本当にお人よしだな。それよりさっさとサンドイッチをよこせ。お前は俺の全自動サンドイッチ供給機だろうが。
Such a title. You really are gullibly nice. Now then, hand me a sandwich. You're supposed to be my automated sandwich dispenser. For in his mind, we're not alive, we're... It's all in his head. This is sad. I'm sorry. I'm not able to do that. So would you please get the sandwich yourself?
仕方のない雑用係だな。まあこうやって話せるだけでも十分だ。代わりに雑用係の仕事はしっかりこなせよ。
So maid you are. Well, I suppose it's good enough that I can talk to you like this. Just make sure you take care of the chores. say yes. But I need your help. So I think that's difficult to do.
そうだったな。
That's right. I'm very sorry.
別に謝る必要はない。こうしてお前がそばにいて、そして研究さえできれば問題ない。
There's no need to apologize. I'm fine if I can continue working on my projects with you by my side. Sciens smiled happily, hearing my words. Yes. I had no problem as long as she was with me. So that's why he to leave my side. I need you with me.
シアンさん、あれからあのままなのか。
Sciens hasn't changed, has he?
そうみたいだね。研究員の人たちにも聞いてみたけど、ずっと彼女と話しているって。
Yeah, seems like it's. I spoke to the guys working there, but he's been talking to her the whole time.
こんなこと言っていいのかわからないが、そんな状態で所長なんか務まるのか。
You know, I'm not really sure if I should say this or not. But is he really able to be a director like this?
わからない。けど、シアンさん自身が最前線で研究することを望んでいるから。
I don't know. But Sciens himself wants to continue working on the front lines, so.
そうか。ならいいんだが。
I see. I guess it's fine then?
そういえばあの人、セレスと約束したとか言ってたよな。この国にかけられた呪いを解いてみせるって。
Speaking of which, he was saying something about a promise with Sciens to get rid of the curse, right?
ああ。だからこそシアンさんは彼女の記憶を自分にダウンロードした。
Yeah. Which is why Sciens downloaded her memory into himself.
セレス本人は結局力尽きてリライバー化できなかったからバックアップを取るので精一杯だったんだ。
Sciens didn't make it in time to become a reliver. The best he could do was back up her memories.
運が悪かったな。ブローに他の培養機を全て壊されちまってたなんて。
You piece of bread. I don't even know if this is Despair 1 or Despair 2 end. I'm gonna have to check. Okay, let's do this. Yes, luck wasn't on his side. If only Burrow hadn't destroyed the other incubators.
だからって他人に記憶をダウンロードするなんて、それで本当に彼女が生きてることになるのか。
Still, can you really say she's still alive when what happened was her memories were downloaded into someone else?
わからない。そもそも彼女の記憶はシアンさんに適合しなかった。 だから彼はああなってしまって。
Who knows? Her memories didn't match Sciens, which is why he's still like that, even now.
何が正しくて何が間違っているのか、それを判断する思考力もないよ。
To be honest, I don't have the brains to say whether what he did was right or wrong.
それもそうか。
I see what you mean.
結局俺たちにはあの人が呪いを解いてくれるのを待つことしかできないんだな。
In the end, I guess the only thing we can do is wait for him to somehow find a way to get rid of the curse. I don't like the CG.
おい、セレス、目が痛いぞ。
Hey, Ceres, my chest hurts. Are you alright? Perhaps your injury from when you updated the memory hasn't healed.
そうじゃない。お前のことを考えていたからこうなったんだ。
That's not it. I'm hurting because I'm thinking about you.
以前の状態では考えられなかったことだ。どうやら俺は本当にお前のことが。
This has never happened to me before. It seems to be because I love you. I'm so happy to hear you say that, Sciens.
セレス、俺が絶対にこの国を蝕む呪いを解いてやる。
Ceres, I'll get rid of the curse that's eroding this country.
だからそれまで、いや、それが終わったとしても、ずっと俺のそばにいろ。
So until then, no. Even after that's done, I want you to be with me forever.
頼む。
Please. Yes, of course. After all, I love you too, Sciens. Ceres again showed me her gentle smile inside my brain. I knew the promise we made before was hollow and meaningless now. But I could no longer tell her that. Alright, so this was Despair 2. Yay, we finished, I think. I need another tissue. I need to blow my nose, so give me a sec. I don't like seeing him sad.
永遠に共にいて誰にも奪われることはないというのに、 やはり感情はバグかもしれんな。
You're now mine forever,
お前にもう一度触れたいと
and no one can take you away from
胸
me.
が痛んでいるのだから。
Emotions really are a bug after all. You're now mine and forever. This is cruel to put the CG here on the front cover. This is cruel. But this also confirms that we did get the correct end to proceed. So yes! That was Sciens. That was Sciens route in Virce Evermore Error Salvation. There is no salvation. So that's 2 routes done. So next time we play this next week, we'll be starting on Lucas's routes. So it'll probably take us 2 weeks to finish his route like we did Sciens and Mathis's. And then we can move on to Yves, Adolf, and Anko. And yeah, I'm thanks for joining me, and thanks for those who followed. And I hope you suffered just as much as I did. Okay. Thanks for coming. I hope everyone has a good night. Morning, evening, afternoon. I don't live in any like that. I hope it's I still hope it's good. Even after that. No, I hope it's even better. To make up for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Alright, so tomorrow I'll be taking a break from visual novels, and I'll be doing a jewelry stream. Haven't done one of those in a while. So I thought, why not? And then Saturday, I'll be co-hosting the Speak Easy game launch, which will be fun. We'll be doing Silas's routes, the safer word version. And then Sunday, we'll be starting season 2 of Cinderella Chef. And then yeah, that's what we have for this week. So I hope you come and join me for some of those other things. And I'm gonna go grab some cheesecake because I'm sad. Okay. Alright, bye. Love y'all. I'm gonna go cry.